Truly effective communication is more than just words and phrase-making. It takes behavioral skills, good body language, and nonverbal communication. And it often means connecting different cultures.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about culture, where you're from, who you are, what you've done.
In the first program in this series, Getting Started, we saw people working to make their individual communications more effective. In this program, Reaching Out, we'll focus on active listening, assertive speaking, and asking for assistance when we don't understand. We'll continue to use role-playing and shipboard examples to demonstrate these skills, and the same 4 characters working at communicating together. We'll meet Bert, a native English speaker who admits he still has to work to make his maritime English effective and get his meaning across to others.
I don't want a non-conformance going on my performance report. I'm not the one to blame.
We'll meet Anton, who's from Eastern Europe and is working hard to make his second language, English, more assertive and understandable.
Everything has a regular safety inspection, and especially the fire extinguishers.
We'll meet Pradeep, who's working hard to make better cultural connections with his shipmates in order to be a more effective communicator.
I think you could save the questions for later, maybe ask them on a one-on-one basis.
And we'll meet Ben, a seafarer who's learning to use feedback and to participate more to make his communication more effective.
I wasn't brought up to stare people in the face, especially people who are like, the boss. I feel like I'm not...
The key to effective communication is shared understanding. That means reaching out and improving key skills, listening more actively, speaking more assertively, and asking for help when you need it.
When you start feeling some self-confidence, you find it easier to interact with people, reaching out to them. I think self-confidence is key.
I think the first thing you do is listen, really listen. And that's the key to communication, I think.
And when you do speak up, you want to get your point across. Not aggressively, but you do want to be heard.
When in doubt, ask. A question isn't a sign of weakness. It shows you're in the conversation.
So Ben, I think I'd like to use the new guys for this job.
Okay.
I think it'd be great for them to get out there, get some work done.
Sure, makes sense.
So I'll see you with the new volunteers at 14:30?
Yes.
Most of us take listening for granted, but if you don't listen effectively, you don't understand. You don't share an effective communication. Most of us have some good listening habits and some bad listening habits. If you have good listening habits, you make regular eye contact with the speaker. You ask questions to clarify meaning. You restate what you are hearing to show you are understanding. You give nonverbal responses where they are appropriate. On the other hand, if you have bad listening habits, you interrupt often and jump to conclusions before the speaker is finished. You fail to pay attention and change the subject. You fail to acknowledge what you are hearing and respond to it appropriately. When you become an effective listener, you become a more effective communicator. That means as a listener, you're taking equal responsibility with the speaker. You're both working together to understand each other. Here are 4 tips for active, effective listening. First, pay close attention.
So Ben, I think we should have someone from the engine department as part of this.
Okay, any suggestions?
No, I think you know those guys better than I do, so I'm going to leave it up to you.
Okay, I'll get you a couple of choices.
You pay attention with good eye contact, an alert posture, and body language that shows you're engaged with the dialogue. Second, read the nonverbal clues, especially the voice tone, for more understanding.
And I'd like to report this to the captain when we're done.
Written report?
Yeah, eventually. But I think, first of all, I would want him to know how it went and that we're done.
Okay, I can get you that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good chance for us to show him that we're up to date on safety.
Nonverbals can reveal the urgency of the message, its importance to the speaker, and any deeper meanings beneath the words. Third, evaluate the message and ask questions if you need to clarify.
Would it help if I shared my notes for the report?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think things that come up during the session would be good to log.
Okay, no problem. I'll keep it to 1 page.
That'd be great. That'll help me a lot, Ben.
In this case, Ben realizes the report to the captain is a crucial action item and asks how he can help. Fourth, respond to the message and affirm your understanding of its meaning.
So I will notify 3 crew members as we talked about and include at least 1 from the engine department.
Yeah, or 2.
Okay, and I'll have a page of notes to share with you so that you can report to the captain as soon as possible.
Good. Maybe you could even join me.
Sure, I'll let you decide that once we're done.
I really appreciate your help, Ben.
No problem.
Responding to the message means, I heard what you said, I acknowledge it and understand it, and I will act on it appropriately. That's effective communication. See if you can distinguish between assertive and aggressive behavior.
I'm getting pretty tired of some of the attitudes around here.
What do you mean?
I can't get any cooperation. I'm thinking about writing a few warnings.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't want a nonconformance going on my performance report. I'm not the one to blame.
Aggressive behavior gives the impression of superiority and disrespect. It often disregards the rights of others. Non-assertive behavior is the opposite. It's passive and indirect and allows others to dominate. By contrast, assertive behavior is based on self-respect and respect for others. It wins people over by positive influencing, by careful listening, and by negotiating. When 2 people share positive assertiveness, they both win.
Well, I'd still like to be the officer in charge. I've been doing this for 3 months.
Sounds reasonable to me. I'll expect a couple of reports from you.
Something for the maintenance record, I guess?
Yes, and I want to give the captain an immediate in-person briefing and include you in it.
Okay. Well, how detailed do you want to go?
Just some general stuff, overall status, any obvious problems, and room for improvement, maybe.
All right. Sounds good.
In the example we've just seen, both Bert and Anton are practicing positive assertiveness. That means they're both benefiting from it. They're creating a win-win situation. Here are 4 suggestions on how you can become more assertive and positive. First, make sure you know the difference between assertive, non-assertive, and aggressive behavior.
Well, I appreciate being a part of this and reporting to the captain, too.
We'll see how the inspection turns out and divide the paperwork between 2 of us. Okay with you?
Yeah, let's make sure we do this by the book.
Second, always look to build win-win relationships.
You don't have to share the credit for this.
I figure if we all look good, I look good. And it's supposed to be about team building, too.
That's what the captain always says.
Right. So let's apply that philosophy to some of the crew members that you don't think are very cooperative.
I hear you.
Third, use direct, honest, and respectful words and body language.
So what do I do about Ben?
Give him direct feedback.
Should I write it up?
No, not yet. Talk to him. Meet him halfway.
Fourth, avoid deferential behavior. Don't play the victim.
I just don't want to get blamed if these guys foul this up.
They're not going to. Just let them know your expectation and that you expect cooperation.
And a little enthusiasm.
Right. Set the example, set the tone.
Effective communication is all about connecting with people. You can memorize all the words you want and practice in front of a mirror, but unless you actually share understanding and connect with people, you're not communicating effectively. Sometimes, in order to improve, that means asking others for assistance. Effective communication is a two-way process. So is continuous improvement.
So, is there anything I can do to help?
Well, yes. I'm not making any progress communicating. I still get very intimidated, and
And you tend to not say anything at all.
yeah, I just keep quiet, and then they think I don't care or that I'm not listening. But really, I'm just pretty uncomfortable.
And have you tried talking to any of the officers about this at all?
No, are you kidding? That's the problem.
Asking for assistance can be difficult. We have a fear of appearing ignorant or stupid, of not knowing. We are often unsure even how to ask for help. And often, we don't want to appear to be questioning authority, even for a clarification. On the other hand, asking for assistance shows interest and alertness, that we want to understand. It shows our desire to improve our own performance and skills, and it can open up new learning relationships and opportunities. Let's see if Pradeep can help Ben open up and ask for help with his language and learning.
Well, on board, it's actually okay to ask questions as long as you're polite and don't interrupt.
But I still get really nervous.
I think you could save the questions for later. Maybe ask them on a one-on-one basis.
Yeah, okay.
And ask for help. It shows that you want to participate more.
And they'll be okay with that?
Yeah, it shows that you want to improve, and I think the officers would appreciate that.
Remember what we talked about earlier, positive assertiveness. Don't apologize or feel ashamed. Simply be honest. And use good manners, the phrases we use to ask for assistance. Please, I beg your pardon. Would you mind repeating that last instruction? And of course, thank you. Here are 4 suggestions to help you ask for assistance. First, if you don't understand, ask politely for an explanation, for clarification, or for more information.
Excuse me, Chief. Can you go over the last 2 steps again for me?
Second, seek out feedback. How can I improve my performance?
Was my report too long? Too detailed?
Third, use good manners to probe for more meaning.
I appreciate your feedback. Is my delivery too slow? Too serious?
Fourth, if possible, develop a relationship with a mentor or coach.
Maybe you can help review my report before I deliver it next time. That would help.
The techniques we've demonstrated in this program can help you improve your interpersonal communication, active listening, positive assertiveness, and asking for assistance. They can also be practiced, perfected, and modified to fit your own personality, experience, and learning style.
Listening shows respect, that you value what the other person is saying.
If you're not sure what someone is talking about, ask them to clarify it. It means you care about what they're saying.
Yeah, it's important to keep the difference between assertive and aggressive in mind. Assertive is good, but aggressive can turn people off.
My advice, practice. Use your everyday conversations to become a better listener and a better speaker.
Here is a brief summary of this program. Active listening means paying close attention, reading nonverbal clues, asking questions to clarify, and responding to affirm your understanding. Positive assertiveness looks to build win-win relationships, uses direct, honest words and body language, and avoids deferential behavior, playing the victim. Asking for assistance is crucial. If you don't understand, ask for clarification. Always seek out feedback and use good manners to probe for more meaning.